G'day guys, I'm Grouse and this here is Grouse Garage. On today's video, I'm going to be going into detail on my ex-Highway Patrol VX SS Commodore. This is a price reveal video. I'm going to show you everything that I've put into this car. I'm going to talk about and answer lots of questions I've had along the way. And at the end of this video, I'm going to do a little bit of a reveal as to what's coming next to be added to Grouse Garage. I've got a really exciting project to reveal. Stay tuned for that, and then once that's revealed, there'll be plenty of content to come for that surprise. But for now, let's talk about my ex-Highway Patrol Commodore. Let's start with the engine and go through details to what I did to that and how much I spent. All right, the first thing we're going to talk about and reveal prices for is this right here, and that is the LS1 motor. Lots of time invested in building this engine, lots of parts that went into it, and don't tell my wife, lots of money spent on this motor. You're going to see that in the spreadsheet that I'm going to show you on screen. I've got a copy of it here on my trusty tablet, and to read that I need these glasses. Let's start off talking about the cam. That's Crow cams. You'll see the spec on screen. That came from eBay. I think the ticket price on that was $5.45. Paid $4.95 for that using an eBay code. Gotta love those. I think you'll probably find now the price on that is pushing $600 due to inflation and cost of living. Once I decided on the cam, that was probably the first thing I bought actually for this engine. I bought the cam, then everything just flowed on from there, because you can't really do a cam without cam bearings. And then to do cam bearings, you've got to strip the motor. And if you're stripping the motor, you should do all of your bearings. And if you're doing all of your bearings, then you're taking your pistons out and you can't just put those back in. You've got to put new rings in. And if you're putting new rings in, you've got to hone the bores. So what started out as a really good engine with about 200,000 K on it, it just ballooned from there and became more and more and more. And you'll see on the screen, as I scroll through that spreadsheet, you'll see everything that went into that engine. Cam bearings, bottom end bearings, rings. I did a double row timing chain, Crow Cam's brand. Yes, I had to clearance the cover to fit that. Lots of guys will shy away from that because it's too much work. It was a little bit of work, but I'm glad I did it, and it fitted up really well in the end. High pressure oil pump went into this. I did actually purchase a high volume, genuine GM high volume oil pump. I got sent a Melling high pressure oil pump. It's supposedly better. It runs just fine in the engine. I did a lot of reading on it. It's a highly regarded oil pump. I did LS7 lifters, Crow Cam's push rods. I did the trunnion upgrade on the rockers. I did new valve springs. I did a valve grind to reseat the valves in the head. I did a couple of smaller minor mods, which you'll see on screen there and you'll see in my spreadsheet. And then there were lots of other parts as well that went into that engine, such as coolant hoses, coolant recovery hoses. Did a full Dayco hose pack for all of these hoses here. Every hose there is brand spanking new. There's things like the head bolts, this intake pipe here. I think I paid about $220 for that intake pipe. Love that. Actually gives a really strong sound for the intake, running the standard cold air box there. So all in on that engine build, parts only, I spent $4,927. Without discounts, it would have been maybe near the $5,500–6,000 mark possibly, because I did save a lot of money. So yeah, I'm in at £5 on parts, and then labour was all my own work. If you're going to take that to someone, if you want that engine built as it sits right there and you want someone to build it for you, maybe $8,000-9,000, maybe a little bit more, but I'm in £5 for that engine as built. Alright guys, so we've covered engine. The next thing I'm going to talk about is the 4L60E transmission. First thing in regard to the transmission is, again, hopefully you've seen the video where I went through the build process for that transmission. First time I had touched a 4L60E, or first time I'd touched any transmission at all. Followed the transmission bench on YouTube. If you want to build an automatic transmission and you've not done it before, or you're a little bit rusty, follow the transmission bench and you'll see just how easy it is to build an automatic transmission. So as you will see, a lot of parts went into that transmission. It certainly, the parts and the total cost exceeded what I believed at the beginning that I'd be spending. And you know, you see transmission shops advertising reconditioned exchange transmissions of that same make and model for about $3,000. Well, I can tell you, and that would be parts and labour. Well, I can tell you I'm in for a little bit over that in parts alone. Let's talk about some of those parts. The big ticket item in that cost, of course, is the stall converter, and it's a B&M 2400 stall converter. It's the whole shot 2400, and I paid $1,338.95 for that stallie. Now, I do believe I used an eBay code for that as well, and I think that price I've got in my spreadsheet was the top price. I think I got about $120 off that, again using just an eBay code, so it's savings for nothing really. Next items that went into that transmission build, and you know, the most important ones there are the clutch pack and the steel pack. Now, I had trouble finding suppliers in Australia that did the proper clutch pack and steel pack for that transmission. In the end, I actually had to order one of those from eBay America and the other from Amazon, and that also came from the States. So both the clutch pack and steel pack came from the States. And I think the shipping time in total for both of those was 3 to 4 weeks. I had to wait for those parts, which did hold up the transmission build, because it was halfway through the build I realised I needed them. Prices for those: the clutch pack was $122.69, and the steel pack was $100. Other parts that went into that transmission was an OEM reverse input clutch housing. That was $154. It's an AC Delco brand original one. Believe it or not, that came from Amazon as well. And it's a genuine part, and that was the best price by a long way that I could find for that. Lots of other parts went into this: forward sprag assembly, a full bushing kit, a Transgo valve body separator plate, a clutch piston kit. I think that was the molded clutch piston kit. Reverse input housing, Transgo 0.5 boost valve kit. What else have we got here? I've got an RTS flex plate, premium flex plate that has the stallie bolted up to it. A genuine Borg Warner band. Now, I ended up buying 3 gasket seal rebuild kits because I had trouble fitting some of the seals in that transmission, and you only get one set of seals and gaskets in your kit, and I did screw up a couple of those, and I had to buy a couple or a few gasket seal kits. Anyway, I do have all those in my totals there. But another big ticket item in that transmission was the valve body that I put into it. Now, if you watched some of my earlier videos for this car, you would have seen a video that I made where I tried to repair the transmission. That was pretty much straight after I got the car. The car didn't really drive at all when I got the car, and I knew it was transmission related, and I thought I could fix it, but being the novice that I am, it didn't work. Now, the reason it didn't work is that I did a few things there believing that was going to solve the problem, but the problem was actually in the valve body. So I actually went out and bought from, again through eBay, I bought a fully remanufactured valve body with Sonax upgrades from a transmission shop in the States. And fortunately, well, in their ad they say it is an exchange, but for international customers it's just an outright purchase. I think that was... Let's consult the spreadsheet and have a look. I've got that at $500 in my spreadsheet, and I think it was, I think the cost on eBay was over that, but I used a code to get a little bit of a discount. So that was probably one of, other than the Storley, that was another big ticket item for that transmission. So total cost, how much did I spend rebuilding that transmission? In parts alone, $3,303.19. As I said, that's just parts. Then there's all the labour. Now, I couldn't even begin to estimate or put a price on my labour. So that is the price reveal for the transmission. And so guys, that is a wrap for now for my ex-Popo Highway Patrol build. Mechanically finished, absolutely amazing. Hopefully you've watched all the previous videos and you've seen just how good that car is on the road. That's on hold for now. I've got something new and really exciting to share with you. I'm going to give you a little sneak peek now, and I'm going to let you know that future videos on the channel are going to be all about it. Let's take a look.
Might be worthwhile at some stage.
That's right, I've rolled the eBay dice and I have bought myself a C3 Corvette, sight unseen. I dropped one bid on eBay and I won.